Hey, this is Chugg, and today we're doing some Quake 3 DeFrag. So I've been running this map for approximately 3 hours total, not all in one session of course, and I've made some reasonable progress on my best time, examining my my previous best demos, like which you can do here. So I can look at one of my earlier horrible runs, let's say 23, and we'll look for errors that I'm making. So my strafe jump there was no good. That was like 480, it was just poor. This line is like reasonable. What is that? Like that's atrocious. I must do something like that. Conversion was reasonable. This line is like very snaky, very forward and back, and then that transition was no good. So we can see a little bit better what's like sub 23 look like. That was a bit better circle jump. I think it was quite good. This line is reasonable. As we can see, it's only slightly behind my best time, so that I have currently. That was poor. That was where I lost the most time. It was second behind my current best time. And that conversion was like, okay. Coming down to my best time now. Let's see what the problem is, if there exists any. So my strafe jumping is better. I'm switching like the air strafing at sort of odd times. I don't see that in the better players, so that's something I have to work on. And this is the biggest problem, is that conversion. And then I think this last bit is pretty reasonable. No, that's also like questionable. So yeah, definitely improvement to be made, even after I save second or 2 seconds. So I'm going for sub 22. That's my current goal. I don't believe I'm gonna reach it, but just through the process of how should I say, attempting to improve in this way, I have to attend to my what does my mechanical inputs look like? Are they clean enough? What line am I taking? How am I clipping the terrain? Is my line efficient? Etc. Is my transitioning of speed around a corner, is that good? Being able to refine and improve on all of these things has made me a better Quake Champions player. My movement in the past couple of days in the duels that I've played have been just, on the whole, on average, better in terms of consistency, as well as like I'm spiking better. Like I'm having moments of like, wow, that's really really nice movement for like 4 seconds or something, and being really happy with that. So it's good to make that kind of, oh, that was strange. So that was a wall clip I wasn't expecting. That might have been a good run, but I was caught by surprise. Yeah, I'm doing these weird shifts of movement directions. See, it didn't clip that time. Maybe I'll be able to have a reasonable line coming in. No, didn't quite get up there. So yeah, I'm going to be making all these sorts of mistakes on these runs, but it's important to show that if someone is interested in getting into DeFrag because they watched the Capcorp DeFrag World Cup 2017 video and thought it was amazing, which it is, and then they get in, they realize, oh, my movement's horrible. Like, I'm having trouble too. It's pretty brutal trying to actually be able to get this. Oh, slightly better. Still not sub 22 though. Not sub 22. If I'd like, my strafing was a little bit better at the end there, it would have been quite good. Didn't get the double jump. So yeah, I can beat my best time and then immediately just like screw up on the first corner. So if you get into DeFrag and you find yourself having these really inconsistent results, don't worry about it. Like, it's to be expected. Especially since this isn't Quake Champions, like, it's a different physics engine. So it's obviously going to be... Oh my god. Come on, let's go. Yeah, that's... See, and I smash it. Like, what? I've been trying to beat this time for more than I can... Well, how long? Like... in this sitting, like 40 minutes? And then I just like beat it an extra half second ahead of time. So that was really cool. Let's analyze it and see what I did right, because I'm not 100% sure myself. So we'll switch the timescale to 0.7. If you have never seen DeFrag before and now you're like, oh, this is interesting. This could make my movement really good. How do I do it? I recommend that you find someone else to explain it, because I can explain mechanic stuff, but when it comes to like downloading stuff, putting it in the right folder, setting up a config, it's not, don't come to me. We can actually see it was faster than my CPM time. That's because I can't really use CPM. I don't understand the movement well enough. I can't really utilize the air control. And I like half beating, which I don't think you can do with CPM movement. Alright, so at 0.7 speed, let's have a look. What are you doing? Let's go. Come on. Alright, so circle jump. Only 510. That circle jump, still not quite as strong as it needs to be. That acceleration probably was a bit too close to... Like, my crosshair positioning wasn't great on that initial corner. That transition is okay. This line, I think this line was good. Oh, that transition was poor. Dropping down to 585 there. But I'm cutting this tight, which is good. I'm accelerating this whole way, and I'm coming really wide, and then I'm cutting this tight. So that's what it is. I'm able to build up 1,000 units per second and not drop it on the corner. So that was a big problem that I was having, is that I was losing speed on that corner. But there, I was able to swing wide and spear through into the sidewall. We'll just go back to that again. We'll watch it at full speed. Because, you know, I'm stuffing around. I can't remember what I'd be saying at this point. So on the last corner, you'll see I take a wide line and I spear through, and I use the wall to maintain my 1,000 units per second, which is what carries me through. So there, that absolutely could be improved on. So maybe sub 21 is in the cards, but I have to match this line. This was quite nice. I think that was actually optimal, well, close to optimal. Absolutely, better players will be able to improve on every component of this run, but for me, I'm really happy with that. And this process of trying to refine and being aware of my mechanics and how that influences my speed and what line I'm taking, how am I using the terrain to help me, that has really helped with Quake Champions. And if anyone out there has DeFRag already and doesn't have the best movement, find that map. I don't know where I got it from. I downloaded a whole bunch of maps at once, so I can't help you there. Yeah, I encourage you, map like that, you know, something strafe simple. The terrain is fairly easy to navigate, maybe a little bit challenging, sure, but something that you can apply yourself to, and then you can watch the demo in slow motion and turn on the, what is it, DeFRag HUD CGAS? Yeah, so I have it on 9. I was told to use this. If you input this command, that'll bring up the horizontal bar at on the screen that'll let you know if your crosshair is in position to accelerate or not. So that's the only tip I can give you. So yeah, if you do that, you review the demos, you see, oh, my flick to the side was not quite far enough, or it was too far, or it was like my mouse was still when it should have been moving, so I could accelerate. You can find problems in your strafe jumping technique, and then once they're highlighted, you can make progress on them. You can deliberately, you can go on a big long a big long hallway, and just making sure that your mouse is moving all the time to try and keep that consistent acceleration. Yeah, so I hope that this has been helpful, and I'll see you later.